All right. Sergey Kovalev against Cornelius White. This is only maybe my third time seeing Kovalev, and as I was the first few time, very impressed. What I noticed about him is that number one, this guy is big for a light heavyweight. I mean, he weighed in a little under the 175-pound limit, but he looked big. Second thing I noticed is that he starts fast and he throws punches. I would say like a junior middleweight with the strength of probably a cruiserweight. I noticed that as soon as the bell rung, he came out quick on White. And not only did he jump right to it, but I noticed that he was throwing punches in angles, kind of like Aaron Pryor used to throw. Uh, Straight punches, hooks, around the guard, through the guard, under the guard. I mean, he kind of shifted and he kept White off balance with the angles, and I think his strength is also too what kept White also back, because White wasn't a small light heavyweight either himself, but his power, every time I noticed that he was hitting White, I mean he was moving his body pretty much every time he laid a lick on him. First two rounds, it was all Kovalev. Let's get to that third round where pretty much the fight ended. About 2:15 left. Kovalev throws the double left hook, right hook, and a jab. White goes down. White gets up maybe about 17 seconds later. He knocked White down a second time, and this is where the angles come in at. This time, I don't even know exactly which punch hurt White on that second knockdown. I mean, he threw punches from all kind of angles, up top and to the body. White goes down. He gets up. Kovalev jumps on him, knocks him down a third time with a jab. Actually, referee stops the fight. Fight is over. So, where does Kovalev go from here? There's quite a few fights that I see out there that Kovalev could take. One would be Bernard Hopkins. He called out Bernard after the fight. I'm not going to say that I'm totally enthused about that fight, because we all know that fighters who throw lots of punches, whether they hurt him or not, can give Hopkins trouble. And also, too, even though he is a well-known name, I'm talking about Kovalev to us, he's not in the boxing world to necessarily throw him in there with Hopkins. You got the Pascal Boutte winner. That fight is not going to take place until December, and I'm sure Kovalev, especially with a third round knockout, and he didn't suffer any damage in that fight, he could be in line to fight one of those guys. What about Nathan Cleverly? I don't think Cleverly has a fight coming up. I think he's somebody's mandatory, but I don't think he has an immediate fight coming up. That is a step up fight. Another guy in that top 10 that Kovalev could look at. And then there's Adonis Stevenson, the guy who recently just beat Antonio Tarver. He's the linear champion. I think it would be the same thing. I don't know if even though Kovalev is a monster puncher, and he's knocking out just about everybody he's fighting, I don't know if that's a fight they could sell. It's a fight I sure would like to see. You got two power punchers in there going at it, and that fight will be good as long as it lasts, because somebody will get knocked out in that fight. And then the wild card for me would be Carl Froch if he decides to come up from 175. I mean, I'm sorry, from 168 and come up to light heavyweight. That could be an interesting fight, because Carl would be there to fight. He would stand in front of Kovalev just enough so he can throw his punches, and I think it would be a pretty good action fight. And then I'm gonna go out on a limb on one more fight. What about Marco Huck? I know Marco Huck is a cruiserweight and Kovalev is a light heavyweight, but as I said at the beginning, Kovalev looked big to me. I mean, he weighed in a little under 175, but on NBC they didn't do how much he weighed the night of the fight, which I love to see how much fighters pick up weight overnight. But just my guess, I mean, he looked like he easily was about 190. Coming into that fight, I think that if he can't get any other fight, I mean, that would be a interesting fight. I don't see it happening because there are a lot of fights he can take at 175, but that's just one I'm throwing out there. And if not now, maybe down the road if he moves up in weight. Unlike a lot of folks, I'm actually a fan of the cruiserweight division, so I'm always trying to find interesting fights there. Anyway, that was my thoughts on that. Thanks for listening. Catch you next time.